Hi, my name is Scott Krug with New England Low Vision, and today I'm going to introduce you to the Onyx Pro. The Onyx Pro is an electronic video magnifier that also does text-to-speech, which I'll show you in a minute. So very simple to use. You just place anything underneath the camera that's above. You have a lot of working space underneath this camera, so it's very easy to get pens and your hands underneath here. But for most people, they just want to read something. So here's an example of a card. You have a little control to the right, which you can put on the left-hand side. It's on a small 3 to 4 foot wire. So press the plus button for increase, the minus button for decrease. And that's it. That's all you do. For most people, that's how you use the machine. You just place your material under the camera and you make it bigger. So here's an example of a magazine. And so really nice, sharp, crystal clear color, opening up to any of the pages that you want to go see. And even the magnification of the print underneath here, that's really small print. So we're just going to focus in on one column, and that column comes up nice and sharp. If you want to, like on all of these systems, you can change the background to a high contrast or to a negative view, if that's easier for you to read. And for a lot of people that is, because there's less light coming out at you and it's mostly black and the light is limited to the letters. So you have the options of the black and white or the color, or any of these alternative color options, and then back to color. All right, so now I want to show you a couple more examples of things you can do with the Onyx Pro. One of the things is that you can use it to read things like a restaurant menu. We're all ordering out a lot more nowadays and having food delivered to us. So here's an example of a restaurant menu. Here's an example of some stocks, and there's a little feature on here where I can isolate and window out an area. For example, so here I'm just going to remove this bottom cap. Let's go ahead and take this off. I'm going to press a button, and here you have these two lines on here. So what these lines can help to do, and you can increase the thickness as I'm doing now, or the position of where you want these lines to be. And it helps draw your eyes to a particular area so you can see across. You also can window it, and then it darkens out the top and the bottom. And again, you can position where you want this to go, or you can increase or decrease the thickness of this where you want it to go. You also have the ability to not only gray it out, but black out the top and the bottom to really more fully isolate that area. You also can do the same thing vertically, and then back to the beginning of the normal. So the Onyx is great for reading any type of small print, and it really brings it up close in this crystal clear, sharp image. And one of the last things I want to show you before I put the text into speech is there's a little, the question is that we ask for a lot of people, because most people don't know about this. I use an ordinary piece of currency. Here you have a $5 bill. And the question is, how many times are the words $5, F-I-V-E-D-O-L-L-A-R-S, how many times are those words $5 written on the front of a $5 bill? Most people don't know that. And we wouldn't know that unless we had these large magnifiers that can show us. But some of these kind of neat things about a magnifier are just kind of nice to know about some of the ordinary things that you carry around in your pocket day to day. Some people say, well, 1 or 2 or 3, you know, but what the answer is on the front, it is 63 times. 63 times the words $5. And everyone's like, what? How? Where? How is that possible? So 63 times, well, of course you have the one on the bottom, $5, but if you take the $5 bill and you move it to the side where you can isolate that border, and then you can zoom it in, this really shows off the Onyx OCR. So you can zoom in really tight and look at those. That's really super micro print. And in each of these bubbles, what you see are the words $5. And what you have on here, on one side is 31 times all the way down, and then when you move the $5 bill over to the other side, on the other side you have the same thing, 31 times. So 31 and 31 is 62 on each side, and then the one in the middle, 63. So 63 times is the answer of how many times the words $5 are written on the front of a $5 bill. I'll show you the text-to-speech next. So the text-to-speech, what I want to do is I want to move from this camera over to this camera. So this is actually two machines in one. So the only way to toggle from this first camera, the primary camera, over to the second camera, the scanning camera, is to tap a spot on the glass. And I'm going to tap the bottom of the glass.
Position the text inside the window and tap the screen.
Alright, so what we want to do is take our information and now putting it under this left-hand camera, position your text inside that window and tap the screen. So you notice that this newspaper, which is a very complex document to turn into speech. So I want to show you this because the engine, the scanning software is really good. Whatever is inside that box, it will turn into speech. Whatever is outside that box, it will not turn into speech. So this, for a newspaper, is much easier to lay it the vertical way instead of the horizontal way. And then when I have it all lined up inside that square, then just tap anywhere in the screen. You hear the shutter sound, and what that's going to do is then process this information and begin to read right away. I'm going to tap the pause button so you can watch it begin to process that page, and it identifies these different zones with numbers. So here you see the numbers identified here. So if I wanted to, I can press play again and it will just pick up where it left off.
Uxbridge easily cruises into state 5.
You have a button to make it lower and louder, so volume, lower, louder, tap, tap, tap,
special to Worcester Telegram,
slower,
at USA Today Network,
much slower,
Town, after a 6-0 victory over Manchester
faster, this guy running,
Tuesday night.
okay,
The Uxbridge Highfield
bigger,
team is just
plus button,
away from a Division 4 state championship.
Smaller,
all season.
Okay, and what I can do is I'll pause it, right? Watch this. I like this part about it very much. First of all, it's really nice, crisp, scanning image quality, really sharp. Some people like to follow along with their eyes, and you can change the color of that red box as it's highlighting the word to different colors. You also can change the backgrounds. But what's nice about this is if I press and hold it, so a couple of touch actions here, touch gestures. It makes it bigger, okay? So instead of pressing the plus, I can just press and hold it.
Zoom out.
We'll zoom out again. And let's say it's too big. I don't know where I was. I want to start over. See how I'm just moving it around with one finger? This is kind of neat. So, you know what? I want to start over again at the beginning. I want to pick a word. I don't want to read the city. I can read the city, but let's start here.
After a 6-0 victory over
this ability to kind of press and zoom and have a lot of interactivity with your document, with your scanned image, is really nice. I like it a lot. And a lot of users of the Onyx Pro like this a lot. This same functionality is on its big brother's product called Topaz OCR. So if you like the traditional desktop video magnifier, that's Topaz OCR, works identically. This, I call it the Topaz's little sister, the Onyx OCR. Same company makes them both, same software, same functionality. But I wanted to show you what's different about the Onyx OCR. Let's get out of the text-to-speech, and so to get out of that and to go back to the normal image under this camera, I just tap the X.
Onyx on.
Okay, and what I want to show you is the twistability of the camera head. That's unique to the Onyx versus the other one I mentioned, the Topaz, its big brother. So this camera head does twist. So it can twist out at a distance. So we have some things out at a distance. I'm going to twist it over here. And we have, I'll make it a little smaller so you can see it. And all you have to do when you have things out at a distance is learn to read it upside down and backwards. Or if you don't like to do that, you can just take it and twist the image the other way so it's right side up. If you want to see something over to the other side, you can easily take the camera and twist it to the other side, and there it was the right way. You would not use any of these alternative colored backgrounds for distance viewing, but when you have it in the nice full color, it's really sharp and nice. If I zoom in on it, you'll see it gets blurry because there is a distance. It's approximately 2 feet. If it's beyond that image, beyond that distance, then you have to lift up the lens cap. And once you lift up the lens cap, and it's automatically resizing to where I last had it when I did that, then I can reduce it to the size of where I want it. And then it's really super sharp. So if you're in a classroom, anywhere in the classroom, if you're bringing it to the cafeteria or to the theater in your school, or if you have it out on your back deck, or you're looking over the water, if you have a nice piece of property, or you're bringing it to a place where you have a long distance to look, I would say that it looks really sharp at even 300 yards, so almost 3 football fields. I'm going to get up in front of the camera and turn this the other way and have it look at something on the wall over here. And so here you have something really small. This is probably about 12 feet away. And what we have is a little sign here that I put up, and I'm just going to zoom in right below some of those plaques that were there. So this I'm going to make fairly large so it can fill the screen, and you can see what that says. So again, as you're seeing there, super sharp. So that image is really sharp for a really small print. Let me bring that size down to kind of the distance that it normally is across the room, and then we'll zoom in on it to where it was. So really sharp image. So if you're in a classroom or a meeting, you're seeing a PowerPoint presentation, you know that you can see the print really small and have it displayed really big on your large 24-inch monitor. I'll bring this right down to the bottom again, and we'll sit back down to where we were. So this is one of our more exciting products that most people don't know about, and it's called the Onyx Pro. It's a desktop, so it's non-portable. It'll sit on your desk, and it's a great productivity unit to do almost any reading task, any writing task, managing finances or whatever writing task you have, any type of craft or hobby. Even a lot of people use it for crocheting, jewelry, beading, and then also turning your text into speech. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please remember to like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, you may contact us at our website, or our phone number is 888-211-6933, or email is info@nelowvision.com. Thank you.